I am Nia Jane V. Gloria. My report is all about the teaching methods and procedures. These methods and procedures will serve as a guide in managing the class and a key on how good students learn. Because of having diverse learners, the teachers must pick or choose the best and appropriate methods in teaching. So way back then, before, teacher-centered pa, so teachers are responsible in giving information to students. They are also in charge of doing lesson plan, preparing visual aids, and they are not just a facilitator, they are the one who teaches their students. To be effective in teaching, there are diverse methods that the teachers might use. First is the lecture method. Lecture method is like a telling method, but they are not identical. Lecture is more on exposition or an explanation to a specific topic, while telling method is more on narration, since its aim is only to inform. For example, in a computer class, the teacher introduces the history and the types of computers. As he introduces the topic, all the information that they have will be transferred to the students directly. So this is a lecture method, a teaching method where the instructor is the center focus of information transfer. There are pros and cons of lecture as a teaching method. The pros are: lectures are a straightforward way to impart knowledge to students quickly. It is a straightforward way because, as what I have said, all the information came from the teachers, directly telling the students in a way that the students will understand. Instructors also have a greater control over what is being taught in the classroom because they are the sole source of information. So as a teacher, when it comes in giving information, you better make sure that it's correct. Sabi nga, mas naniniwala yung mga estudyante, sinasabi ng teacher when it comes in learning. So, be sure that your informations are correct. Students who are auditory learners find that lectures appeal to their learning style. Auditory learners, they are the students who learn through listening. Mas nakukuha ng guro yung attention nila when it comes in lectures. Fourth is, logistically, a lecture is often easier to create than other methods of instruction. This is easier because, just like what I'm doing right now, I would like to impart to you the information that I've got regarding lecture methods. Fifth one is, lecture is a method familiar to most teachers because it was typically the way they were taught. Some teachers find it easier because it is directly giving knowledge about the topic. Also, when they are taking their master's degree, they learn through it. Last, because most college courses are lecture-based, students gain experience in this predominant instructional delivery method. Students find it powerful instructional delivery methods because we as a college student and an education student, we use this method on our reporting. Lalo na kapag hindi talaga alam ng mga classmate mo, yung topic mo, o yung report mo. So, sa'yo lahat manggagaling yung information. Let's move on to cons of lecture as a teaching method. First, students strong in learning style other than auditory learning will have a harder time being engaged by lectures. As what I have said, there are diverse or different learners and each learners have their own style when it comes in learning. So with that, the teachers would use different methods for his or her students will clearly understand the lesson. Next, students who are weak in note-taking will have trouble understanding what they should remember from lectures. Who among you are weak in note-taking? So as is in that statement, you will have trouble in remembering the lectures. May mga teachers din na ayaw yung nagsusulat habang nagle-lecture sila. So dapat, maging matalas yung dalawang skills na mali-develop mo or nakapaloob sa lecture method. Yun yung note-taking skills and the listening skills. Third, Students may not find lectures boring, causing them to lose interest. It is depend on the teachers on how he delivered and make the lecture lively. Next, students may not feel that they are able to ask questions as they arise during lectures. This because lecture is a discourse given before the audience, so the students will have a chance to clarify terms as the lecture is going on. Fifth, teachers may not get a real feel for how much students are understanding because there is not that much opportunity for exchanges during lectures. Even the teacher, there is a negative effect because when he or she asks his students if they understand the lecture, some would say yes, some no. Another is when majority says yes, but when the teachers give a quiz and the results are not good, the method used is not effective. So that's the cons. Let's go to small stuff. When to use lecture. When to use lecture. First, when a new topic is to be introduced, so as to show how the new topic fits into the work, to give a bird's eye view of the work to come, to arouse interest in the new work, and to give adequate explanation for students to begin new work. So with the use of lecture method, dapat makatch up mo yung attention ng students mo. It's a new topic, so you better share or give some experience, thoughts, and ideas that fits on the topic so that the students will not find your lecture boring. Next, when summarizes are needed, that is at the close of the topic, end of the chapter, or end of the unit, you must have a brief explanation or clarification about lessons, especially when there are two or more terms being compared. Next, at the beginning of the lesson, to create proper mindset. So some teachers do it. The teacher wanted to set the mind and the interest of his students. So he rather starts his lesson with sharing of some stories related to the topic. Example, teaching competencies. For your students to understand better the meaning of it and the value of having this, you might share the life of one successful person that you know that with being competent or having the abilities, he or she became successful. Next is on occasions where problems arise or questions are asked that are valuable and pertinent, where supplementary materials may be introduced to advantage, when visual materials such as slides, pictures, graphs, films, and specimens need explanation. So, dito, pumapasok din yung clarification and explanation sa certain topic na hindi naiintindihan ng estudyante. It should be well explained. And with lecture method, you will easily do the interpretation or something explanation. Just like telling a story. Ginagawa din dito